guys, hello there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So it's been a while. Yeah, so I'm coming to you with some dating advice, because the year just started. I know a lot of people, I'm not gonna put it out there, but I feel like, a good percentage of people out there, just finished getting through a breakup, whether it's last year or the start of this year, whatever the case may be. But yeah, a lot of people's putting themselves back out there. So I'm here to give you some tips for whenever you do. Yeah, and these are just some, 10 easy tips that I feel like y'all should keep in the back of your mind. Actually, no, scratch that. These are some tips that you should keep in the front of your mind. Keep them on deck at all times, because I promise you, it'll help. First tip: when you are out here in the dating world, please find yourself first and know what you want before starting to date the person. And the reason I say this is because it can really help you out in the long run, and not only you being confident in knowing what you want and knowing the standards that are set in place and knowing the type of person that you are looking for, it will make the dating scene 10 times easier. Because I know a lot of times people just go into the dating scene not knowing what they're getting themselves into, not knowing what they want fully, and when they actually figure out what they want, it's like too late. So I would say, yeah, find yourself before you start even, how can I word this? Find yourself first before you start going out there, before you start to mingle with people. Learn how to love yourself, learn how to, build that self-respect for yourself, that self-worth, because nobody's going to tell you, you need this and you need that, and you need to have self-respect for yourself. Nobody's going to tell you that. It's 2024. It's 2024. Nobody's going to be like, hey, you should, or I've been doing this. No. We're all grown. We're all, in this world for ourselves. So yeah, we all should just take heed into that and know that, nobody's going to do it for us. Simple as that. Nobody's gonna do it for us. But yeah, moving on. Tip number 2: don't settle for less. Like, do I even have to say anything else? Like, that speaks for itself. Do not settle for less. If you're the type of person that holds yourself up to a certain type of standard, and you know what you want from the person, you know what you're bringing to the table, you know your morals and your standards, and the things that make you you, and you're looking for that in a person, do not settle for somebody who's not even in that category, not even on that level where you are at. Like, don't even think about it. Even though the person can be I don't even know, showing you all this type of affection, showing you the world, quote unquote world as they call it, don't settle. Because trust and believe me when I say this, you are going to regret it in the end. Especially if that person's not even on your caliber. Like, who are you? Who are you to even settle? And knowing how you are and how you look, and the stuff you got going on in life, and you're settling for somebody who's like, hate to say it, but not there. Don't even try to make it work. It's just not gonna work. So don't settle for less. And that can go for any aspect in your life, whether that's the dating scene, you within your family, your friends. Still, don't settle. Do not settle, because there's always going to be somebody else that's going to provide every single thing that you need and that's going to meet up to your expectation, to your standards. So do not settle for less. And know what the bare minimum is. Communication, honesty, what else? Trust. Simple stuff like that. That's the bare minimum. If they can't even do stuff like that, you're settling. Moving forward. Tip number 3. Don't put yourself in a box. Hear me out when I say this. What I mean when I say don't put yourself in a box is like, okay, let's say you already dated this person and they, wasn't exactly who you thought for them to be. Let's just say they were putting up a certain type of persona just to be with you. Don't go on dating somebody else with that same mentality. Because now you're putting yourself in a box. Hence me saying what I said. Go out, into the world looking for somebody else with a different type of mentality. Hey, yes, this person did me wrong, but don't look at it as, hey, damn, I got did dirty. No, look at it as, hey, maybe this was meant to happen. Look at it as a lesson. Because everything in life happens for a reason. So maybe you were meant to meet that person to teach you what not to deal with in a relationship, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, don't put yourself in a box, no matter if that person is of a certain type of race, certain type of religion, like whatever they do, whatever they believe in, whatever they practice in. Like, don't put yourself in a box. Try to be as open-minded as possible, because being closed-minded and going into the dating scene is not gonna work. It's not. Okay, tip number 4. Don't tell your business to everybody. I'm just keep it straight like that. Those who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But don't tell everybody your business, because you don't know what everybody's intentions are in regarding you dating that person. You don't know who's wishing against y'all. You don't know who is, just not having good energy, good, what's the word? Like a good mindset in regards to you and that person. So not everybody has to know what you and Sally did the other night, or what you and Tom, went on vacation for, or what you and Tom did on vacation. Granted, yes, we all have our close friends, and we all have, our close family members that we have to that we feel like we have to, open up to. But not everybody gotta know your business, especially if you don't trust the person for real. Keep that in mind, especially if you don't really trust the person. Why are you telling them that you and Tom got engaged, or that you and Tom got in a fight? Like, no. Amanda did not need to know that. She did not need to know, because Amanda and Amanda's friend could be the same one that is wishing against you and Tom. Like, come on now. Like, no. Just be mindful. Tip number 5. Be cautious. That alone as well can speak for itself, because a lot of people out here, they are crazy, especially when it comes to going out by yourself, mingling with somebody you don't even know, or somebody that you met via social media. Just be cautious. Just be really, really cautious, and always, and I hold myself to this so much, always trust your gut. If your gut is telling you that this person is not meant to be in your life, if your gut is telling you that, no matter how many times you try to hit Tom up, or how many times you try to plan a date for Sally, and they're just like, oh, I'm busy, I'm working, I'm this, I'm that, and the third, like, and you have that off feeling, trust it. Don't second guess it. Don't be like, no, they can't. Like, no, trust it, because there's a reason why you're feeling that way. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what they got going on their end, especially if you barely know the person. Like, trust your gut. Intuitions exist for a reason. Trust it. especially for my ladies out there, women's intuition exists for a reason. Please trust it. Tip number 6, avoid love bombing. And for those who don't know what love bombing is, by definition, love bombing is a tactic in which someone bombs you with extreme displays of affection and attention with the intent to manipulate you. Okay. So basically, if you're dating somebody and they're like, oh, I love you, like, you're my wife, you're my husband, you're, you know, this is that and the third, and or they're gonna take you out, or just showing all of this type of displaying affection from nowhere, like just come out of nowhere, just start doing it. And they're, one, not standing on their word, and two, their actions are not matching up to what they're telling you. 9 times out of 10, you're getting love bombed. Because why are you telling me you love me, and then when we get in a fight, you're saying like F you this, F you that, or you're always going out and finding another female? Like, that's not love. That's not love. Like, and whatever the case may be, it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating, but like, whatever the case may be, for real, if you feel like you're getting love bombed. Because the thing is, with love bombing, one, it can creep up. So you have to know, you know, when it is coming around. And two, if you don't know you're getting love bombed, and, you know, the situation keeps occurring and occurring and occurring, and you're just so deep into it, and you don't know that they've been manipulating you this whole time, like, it's going to be very hard for you to, you know, detach yourself from that person, because manipulation has its way, and that can really keep you not intertwined, but really keep you stuck on that person because of the manipulation. So please keep that in mind. Okay, tip number 7, be nice and respectful. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, I would say, but I mean, what I said is true. Like, be very nice and respectful, because what you put out in the world is exactly what you're going to get back. Like, that saying is very true. If you're, you know, putting yourself out there in the dating world, you go into it with a closed mind, you know, you're mean to the person, you're like disrespectful if you feel like, you know, they don't want to attend to your needs because you feel like they're supposed to. One, nobody's obligated to do anything for you. Let's just start there, especially if you're not in a relationship with that person, or if it wasn't discussed. Nobody's obligated. So don't go into that dating scene, you know, oh yeah, he's supposed to this and he's supposed to that, she's supposed to this and she's supposed to that. Nobody's supposed to do anything for you. If they wanted to, they would. Let's just keep it a buck. If they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to talk to you every day, they would talk to you every day. If they wanted to buy you flowers, they would buy you flowers. If they wanted to take you out, they would take you out. If they wanted to spend the night with you, they would spend the night with you. If they wanted to text you good morning, texts every day, and send you Bible scriptures and whatever the case may be, they will do that. If they wanted to, they would. Simple as that. Nobody's, you know, obligated to do nothing, and nobody has to do anything if they don't want to. Like, come on now. And don't force them. Like, no. Because at that point, if you have to force them to talk to you, force them to buy you something, force them to take you on a date, force them to, like, you know, attend to your every needs, it's not going to work. It's not. And I'm going to get to that point in a second. But yeah, just be nice. Be nice and respectful, because you're going to attract all that back. And it'd be like when you least expect it, for real, you know? So yeah, just be nice and respectful, because it can go a long way. Okay, tip number 8. And this is what I was getting to. Don't force the connection. Please don't. Because if the puzzle not going to piece together, it's not going to piece. Same way like how, I don't know if any of y'all had this when y'all was a kid, but that big box that little play box with the little shape thingies on top, and you have like the block of that shape, you put it inside. If you're putting the triangular box over the circle box, it's not fitting, obviously. Same way with somebody that you're trying to force a connection with. If y'all are two different people and y'all got two different beliefs, two different type of morals, two different type of ways of carrying yourselves, or whatever the case may be, if you're trying to make it work, heavy on that. If you're trying to make it work, it's not going to work. And if they're trying to make it work, it's not going to work. Just don't force it. If you're coming to a point where you feel like you have to, okay, let me try again, or let me like, if you're coming to the point where you have to feel like you got to force yourself to talk to the person, force yourself to go out with the person, force yourself to do anything regarding them, like, just end it. End it and cut your losses, because one, that's time being wasted, valuable time that could be put into somebody else, you know. So just don't force a connection. If you feel like it's not gonna, go right, if you feel like it's not gonna, go in the direction that you feel it is, don't force it. There's 8 billion people in this world. You'll definitely find somebody else. Okay, tip number 9. Handle rejection with grace. And I'm glad I put this in here, because this is what a lot of people nowadays fail to realize. Like, if you ask somebody out, whether that's in person or online, and they reject you, take that as a lesson and move on. Like, okay, maybe it's not supposed to work. Maybe she wasn't meant for me. Maybe he wasn't meant for me. Maybe, it's just wasn't meant to be. Take it with grace and keep it pushing. Like I said, there's 8 billion people in this world. There's no need to act the way towards that person, or be out to, do whatever to them because they reject you. Like, no. No. That's unnecessary, for real. That's not really something that you should be doing. Just handle it with grace, because one, not are you gonna find somebody, who is gonna accept you, but two, it's like, why be bitter towards that person because they don't like you? Like, make it make sense. It's not making sense. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Not everybody's going to like you. Accept it. Not everybody's going to like you. And I've been seeing it a lot on social media, I haven't seen no girls do it, but I've seen some guys who ask out a girl or whatever the case may be, and she's like, no, sorry. Heavy on no sorry. Like, the girl even want to say, she even want to say nothing, but she said something. But the girl was like, no sorry. And he was like, I don't know if he shot her or stabbed her. I forgot what he did, but he did something very dramatic, and it's like, why was that needed? Because she politely rejected you? Because she said no? Because she didn't really see any interest in you? Shaking my head. But yeah, just handle rejection with grace. Okay. Last but not least, please make sure the person that you are dating is available as well. I can't even say it's a common mistake, but I kind of feel like it's a common mistake, because people out here just be lying. They just be lying for real. For what? I have no idea. What's so hard to tell the truth? Hey, I got a wife and kids, I see you may like me, but I'm locked down. It's not gonna work. I'm taken. Like, what? What's so hard to be honest? And that's what a lot of people like nowadays. Honesty. That and accountability, and, down the damn list. But, like, what's so hard to be honest? Just make sure that person is available, because one thing about it, and two things for sure. If you're an attractive human being and that person is currently tied down in a relationship, whether it's male or female, they're gonna try to keep that bond, that connection pushing. They're not gonna want to say, hey, I got a girlfriend, hey, I got a boyfriend. They're not gonna say that. Especially what y'all got going on is good. If it's like where have you been? Like, they're not gonna say that. Just be cautious. If there's signs, you know, if signs come across that's telling you like, hey, this person might be, can't believe it. And if, you know, shoot, if the person themselves, the other spouse of that person comes to you like, hey, like, what are you doing talking to my man? What are you doing talking to my woman? Granted, yes, you know, you're gonna look stupid because it's like, he or she didn't tell me that they're in a relationship. But hey, I'm gonna get out of it. Granted, hopefully that never is the case because that's like very embarrassing. But yeah, just make sure you do your thorough research on that person, and, you know, just make sure that both of y'all are single when entering, you know, that period. But yeah, these are all the 10 tips I have for you guys. I hope it was really, you know, beneficial to your life or to somebody that you know is, you know, entering the dating scene. I hope that you share this video with them and give them some insights in what I just explained and the tips that I went over. But yeah, if you guys want me to do a part 2, please let me know in the comments down below or in my DMs. My social will be linked in the description box. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching, and I'm trying. I'm gonna go say anything, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I post videos. But yeah, I love you guys. I love all 29 of you guys. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.